Cool. Just making sure he's good with it. All right, hang on. Live here from Middle Township High School. It is high school basketball right here on Cape Atlantic League Live as the Middle Township Panthers host the Gloucester Lions in the first round of the South Jersey Group 2 NJSIAA playoffs. Hello, everybody. Nick Costco alongside Brian Kniff. Matt Ulmer is upstairs producing and filming tonight's broadcast. Pleased you are with us, Brian. Interesting matchup right here. A very different type of bracket this year here in South Jersey Group 2. Obviously, the number 2 seed Camden was eliminated from the playoffs by virtue of a disqualification. So it really opens things up here in the bottom half of the bracket. Now basically the favorite is out. Middle Township, though, has a very interesting and I would say intriguing matchup here with Gloucester. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Brian, as I was just saying before, with this bracket, very intriguing because now the favorite Camden is out right now. Middle Township, though, has a very intriguing matchup here with Gloucester based on the shooting matchups that the Lions actually provide.
Yeah, Gloucester's got one of the best scorers in South Jersey, Liam Gorman. He averages 23.5 a game. He's got 1,460 points for his career, and he's a terrific basketball player. His father, Keith, was a 2,000-point scorer at Gloucester back in his day. So it's definitely some bloodlines there. Gloucester comes in at 18-9. They went 7-3 in the Colonial Conference Patriot Division. They've won 2 straight. They beat Cherry Hill West in their last game on February 11th by double digits. Their secondary scorer is Aiden Hagan. He averages 12. And he is their three-point specialist. He's made more threes than twos. He's made 61 threes and 62. So interesting matchup, the 7-10 game between Middle Township, the host, and Gloucester, the visiting team. And the Lions are coached by Liam James. Gloucester just moved to the Colonial Conference within the last couple of years. They used to be in the Tri-County Conference. So they were used to driving down here for regular season games against Wildwood, and now they have a state playoff game here against Middle. So the long bus ride for the school that basically is located in the shadows of the Walt Whitman Bridge. And of course, a little about Middle Township. Nick, they're 16-11, went 6-6 in the brutal CAL National. Their last game was a loss in the semifinal round to St. Augustine Prep of the Cape Atlantic League tournament. And Middle has a lot of balance. They have 3 players averaging in double figures, led by Bubba McNeil. His younger brother, Jameer, averages 11.5. Real Basquine, 10 points and 8.5 rebounds. And Anthony Trombetta, just under 10 a game at about 9.5. So that gives you a little bit about Middle Township. We've got a good crowd in here today. And Middle Township won the girls' game between the same 2 schools comfortably, 79-13. They'll move on to the second round. They'll play Haddon Heights on Thursday, and that'll be a girl-boy doubleheader again here if Middle Township wins against this very tough and very well-coached Gloucester team. Yeah, Brian, when you look at Gloucester, this used to be a Group 1 team, so they obviously made the move to Group 2, so it has its new set of challenges. Obviously, bigger schools, bigger enrollment groups, sometimes much better quality teams depending upon what pockets of South Jersey you go to, but this is not a team that Middle Township has to underestimate here. This is one of the more, I would say, more difficult matchups for either side throughout this first round here in Group 2. No doubt. I mean, anytime you're in the 8-9 game or the 7-10 game, you expect a good one. and we think we're getting one tonight. Here's the starters for Gloucester. We told you about Gorman and Hagan. They're senior guards in the backcourt. And they're really a 5-guard rotation among their starters. Michael Light, a junior, Caden Harris, and Ryan James, the son of the head coach, Liam James, are sophomores. And Gloucester wearing the blue uniforms trimmed in gold and black.
Oh,
Township starters, yeah, they do a little theatrical thing
like
here.
it.
They dim the lights. Middle's all underclassmen. Chase Moore, a freshman, starts it forward along with sophomore Real Basquine, sophomore Jameer McNeil in the backcourt along with his older brother Bubba McNeil, a junior, and Anthony Trombetta, a junior. And Middle, of course, coached by the legendary Lamar Greer, one of the best players in South Jersey history, led Middle to 2 state titles.
He's done
in 93 and 94. Middle wearing the home whites trimmed in orange and black.
Yeah, he's done a heck of a job this year, Brian. As you mentioned before, their last loss was a semifinal loss in the Cape Atlantic League tournament against Millville, only a 2-point loss, and essentially Middle Township, to St. Augustine Prep, which was at Millville. Middle Township was 1 basket away almost from basically making their way to here, or going the other way against Millville. Beg your pardon, get my matchups mixed up, of course, but they played the Prep very tough. I mean, they were maybe a few sequences away from making it to the Cape Atlantic League final on Saturday, which was won by EHT over St. Augustine Prep. But now the conference tournaments are over. We have playoffs beginning this week, and we're set to begin here in South Jersey. Group 2, Round 1, Middle Township, Gloucester. We're underway as the Panthers win the opening tip. This is Jameer McNeil.
Gloucester comes out in a 1-3-1 zone. A lot of people play middle zone, and sometimes they struggle against it.
Trombetta will get it back over to Jameer McNeil. He'll lob one up, and now it's knocked away, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Panthers. Gloucester has the ball, and as you see, Real Basquine, the big man, was the intended target underneath the hoop.
Middle picks up full court man-to-man. They're going to run and jump out of this. And Jameer McNeil nearly came up with the steal, almost took it out of the hands of Liam Gorman.
That ball out of bounds right in front of us as Michael Light will inbound the ball for Gloucester.
I actually heard part of Lamar Greer's pregame speech, and he actually said for Middle, the key tonight is pressure, pressure, pressure.
So far, they're doing it. That ball batted up in the air, and it's James corralling it for Gloucester. They'll retain possession now. Liam Gorman, one of the better shooters in South Jersey, you'll see. He'll dish it over to Light on the left wing. He'll drive, and the right-handed layup is good. A soft finish, and the Lions have a 2-0 lead. Chase Moore, top of the key, swing it over to Trombetta. He's doubled. Good zone D so far. Good ball moving there from Middle. A batted ball there. Moore recovers, gets his own miss, kicks it back out for Trombetta for 3. No good, but we're going to get a foul. He'll go to the line and shoot 3. A costly foul early on for Gloucester, and they're going to nail it on Ryan James, his first, team's first as well.
So Anthony Trombetta will go to the line for 3. Real Basquine made a mistake there early in that play. Chase Moore gave him a great pass from the high post to the low post. Basquine made the mistake of putting the ball on the floor. If he had just turned and faced, he probably would have had an open layup attempt, especially because he's the tallest player on the floor by about 4 or 5 inches. Trombetta, though, can actually make it a better possession for Middle if he can make all 3, but he does miss this second one.
Was just about to say they might have lucked out there, but he's 1 of 2 right now from the charity stripe. He'll shoot his 3rd here, just a little over a minute gone in this first quarter.
Nick, the officials on the game, Ed Gorski, Ron Bukunowitz, and Frank Burbridge.
Liam Gorman up the floor now for Gloucester, guarded by Jameer McNeil. Now they're pressing. Here's Chase Moore trying to force it up. That's Harris. Oh, he had a clean look to the basket, and he'll convert. Gloucester answers right back with a 4-2 lead. Now Jameer McNeil over to Bubba. Middle trying to move fast, but again, that zone defense, Brian, basically slowing down the Middle fast break here.
Yeah, this is almost everyone's been playing this team zone late in the year.
Trombetta misses the 3. Good rebound there from Basquine and Chase Moore underneath the bench. That's a 3 ball for Bubba McNeil. Can't convert, and a rebound there for Caden Harris.
And this is what teams have done to Middle Township. They're going to try to make them shoot over this zone. And Middle's going to have to knock down some outside shots to win this basketball game.
Gorman now, guarded by McNeil, going to the baseline. Blocked away by Basquine. Great rejection there by the middle big man. They'll reset things, 5:59 to play, first quarter. But that's a nice defensive stand right there if you're the Panthers.
Yeah, and I think Ron Bukunowitz has already talked to Real Basquine about not running his mouth after a block shot.
Double here. Michael Light now with the ball underneath. That's Gorman, but he is going to back out. He'll take a three, and no good. Chase Moore was about to corral the rebound, but lets it go out of bounds. It'll be middle ball here. A lot of defense played early on in this one, so low-scoring affair through 2+ minutes in this first quarter. Jameer McNeil going to his right. He's guarded by James. Swing it back over to Trombetta, guarded by Hagan.
This is more of a 2-3 look now by Gloucester.
Middle just looking for an open look, and we're going to get a whistle on the floor here. And that's going to be on Real Basquine away from the ball. That's his first foul.
It's actually a 3-second violation on Basquine.
Beg your pardon on that. No foul given out to Middle. Liam Gorman. Guarded by McNeil again. Gorman struggling to get forward.
That's a 5-second violation. And I thought it was liberal. I thought they gave him a little extra time there. You might be able to hear in the background the Gloucester coaching staff was yelling, "Pick it up." They knew Gorman was in trouble there. And that was great defense by Jameer McNeil.
Trombetta swinging over to Jameer McNeil. Now Bubba McNeil back to Jameer. Middle. Trying to close the distance here. Ball batted around, stolen away by Ryan James. He'll dish it over to Liam Gorman. He'll get another shot here up the floor.
Trombetta's mistake was he should have jump stopped in the top of the lane there.
Gorman to his left. Good move to the basket. Right-handed layup is rejected away by Basquine. Here comes Bubba McNeil back the other way. He'll take it up with the left hand. Left-handed layup is good. And Middle ties things up with 4:42 to play first quarter.
Shrieks of goaltending from the Gloucester fans, but Basquine definitely got that on the way up.
That was Basquine's second block already of the quarter. McNeil guarding Gorman again. This time we'll get it over to Hagan. Harris now, left wing. Gorman lost the handle for a second. Gloucester, that's a long three for Hagan. Off the mark and a rebound for Chase Moore. See if Panthers take advantage.
Long's an understatement. You can get that shot at any time.
Trombetta back out to McNeil, thought about it, pulls up for a long two. Off the back iron rebound for Chase Moore, one dribble, and he lays it in off the glass, and the Panthers have a 6-4 lead.
Chase Moore is so long and athletic. He can be a terror on the offensive glass. He's going to be a player to really watch as his career develops. Just a freshman.
All the starters still in for both sides. We're halfway through the first quarter. Liam Gorman gets it over to Hagan, top of the key. Goes to his left. There's the right-handed floater, no good. And a nice rebound ripped down by Basquine. Bubba McNeil, nice move. Left-handed layup is no good. The putback by Basquine. Third chance opportunity, no good. Ripped away, and Gloucester gets the ball back. Nice play there by Caden Harris. Liam Gorman now guarded by Bubba McNeil. Going back to his left, behind the back dribble, pivots, turns, right-handed shot is, it goes in, it rattled. Lucky bounce there, and Gloucester ties things up at 6.
That was great defense by Bubba McNeil. Liam Gorman just made a real difficult shot. I think Middle would be real happy if they can defend Gorman like that all night.
And not much you can do about the lucky bounce. Bubba McNeil right wing now, trying to get some help from Chase Moore, who's going to swing it back over to Trombetta. Again, this zone defense here for Gloucester. Good fake by Bubba McNeil. Back out to Trombetta. Wants a 3-ball left wing. Short. Ball rattles around, and it's rebounded by Liam Gorman. Gorman trying to get by Jameer McNeil. He does. He'll take it himself now, coast to coast, off the glass, and he converts. Liam Gorman, that's just a great effort play up and down the floor, and the Lions are back in front. Under 2.5 to play first quarter. Jameer McNeil getting the signals from head coach Lamar Greer. Aiden Hagan looking at Jameer McNeil right now. Good pick here. McNeil kicks it back out. Bubba fakes. Dribbles over to Chase Moore. Going to his left. Left-handed layup is up and good. Count it. He'll go to the line for the and one.
And that's
And they're going to hit Caden Harris with the foul, his first for Gloucester, second team foul for the Lions.
And that's one of those where Harris, if you're gonna reach in and foul him going to the basket, you got to foul him so he doesn't have an opportunity for a three-point play. I mean, there was contact there, definitely enough for a foul, but not enough to stop Moore from getting right to the basket. Well, the outlet pass now is turned over, and Middle Township will have it back. Devin Box, the first sub into the game for Middle. He replaces Basqueen.
So after the missed free throw, Middle going to get another opportunity after the ball trickled its way out of bounds. And yeah, you're right, Brian. That looked like one of those brush fouls where it's like, at least if you're going to foul him, at least, as you mentioned, throw him off the shot a little bit. Into the corner, Trombetta, baseline, spinning around now into the paint, lost the handle, kicks it back out to Jameer McNeil. Bubba, right wing three, takes a bounce. It's off the mark. More of the rebound. Now Jameer McNeil for three. He converts, and Middle is up 11-8.
Well, Jameer McNeil with his hands ready at the top of the key. And credit Chase Moore, offensive rebound and an assist for the three-pointer by Jameer McNeil.
Gorman getting by Jameer McNeil. He'll back off now along the right wing. Trying to cross over, good spin move, puts it up with the right hand. Another friendly roll for Liam Gorman, and Gloucester cuts the lead back down to one. He is just on fire right now, Brian.
Well, the thing with Gorman is, as much of a scorer as he isn't a ridiculously good three-point shooter. He's made 37 for the season. He's getting a lot of it off of his penetration.
Bubba McNeil for three off the back iron, and Devin Bach rips down the board, puts one up, and can't convert. It's kicked back out, and Bach gets another offensive board.
Two offensive boards by Bach. That putback attempt by him was not a good shot, but credit him with coming down with the rebound. Middle looks like they want to hold for one here, leading 11-10.
35 seconds to go, first quarter. Jameer McNeil hanging on to the ball right now. Aiden Hagan keeping track of him at the moment. Now Bubba McNeil will catch this pass. And again, under 30 to play in the first quarter. Middle up by a point. Trying to hang on for the last shot.
James wasn't, he backs off anyway. James wasn't close enough to get a 5-second closely guarded count. And now we're inside 15 seconds. Middle should be moving right about now.
Under 10 to play in the first quarter. Bubba McNeil for three. No good. Ball up for grabs. Who's got it? Kick it back out. Now Trombetta for three. No good. And the ball trickles down in the first quarter. Comes to a close. So Middle had the looks they wanted there, Brian. But at the end of one, they're only up by a point right now. 11-10 over Gloucester. Great defense on both sides, and both teams have had their second chance opportunities as well.
Yeah, and right now, Middle is just not making outside shots. Jameer McNeil had the 1-2 possessions ago. But these threes are off the mark right now. Middle's best three-point shooter has probably been Bubba McNeil, with Anthony Trombetta a close second. Bubba McNeil has really improved his outside shot this year, but he's yet to knock one down. But Middle does have the 11-10 lead after the first quarter.
Only in a one-point lead right now for the Panthers, who are the hosts tonight. Of course, the 7th seed here in South Jersey, Group 2. The winner tonight moves on to the second round. They will host the winner. So the winner tonight, will host their next game on Thursday against the 15th-seeded Lindenwold. They got the win by virtue of disqualification for Camden, which was, despite it being a 2-seed, Brian, was the overwhelming favorite in this group, of course, with 2 Kentucky commits on that team, including one DJ Wagner.
And unless you've been living in a cave, everybody knows what happened in that Camden Eastside game, and that's why both of those schools are out of the state tournament. They technically weren't disqualified because they pulled themselves out of the tournament. So Camden, that kind of opened things up in Group 2. It would have been a major shock if anybody but Camden had won this bracket, but now it's there for the taking. Haddonfield probably the favorite now.
Gorman to the hoop, can't convert
that was
there.
Tremendous help defense by Bubba McNeil, who walled up right at the block there.
Trombetta quickly the other way, rejected, but hang on, we're going to get a jump ball. It's still ruled in favor of Middle, so no foul in case you were screaming for one. But Trombetta will inbound it for the Panthers.
31 seconds into the second quarter. We've only actually had 2 fouls called in the game so far, both against Gloucester.
Oh, good feed to Bubba McNeil underneath the hoop. He found an open lane, and he puts the Panthers back up by 3.
Trombetta actually took a long look there. He couldn't believe Bubba McNeil was that open.
That ball almost hit our broadcast booth. Actually caused me to flinch for the first time in quite a while. Into the corner now. Gorman, that's a 3 ball off the mark. Well, and there's Basquine to bat it down to Jameer McNeil.
If he made that, they should have given him 4. It was a 30-footer.
Second time we've seen a long 3 attempt by the Gloucester Lions. They're not afraid to shoot from way downtown. It's a close game right now, so you might want to take those a little bit later. Jameer McNeil will swing it back over to Trombetta.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Very early in the possession, I mean, you can get those shots at any time.
In the corner now, Bubba McNeil, guarded by Gorman, kicking it cross court. Here's Trombetta. He's guarded by Hagan. Finds some space, long 2 off the back iron, and a rebound for Hagan.
Good look for Trombetta. Probably could have taken it in a little bit more toward the left elbow, but he settled for the 17-footer off the back iron.
Definitely had some space. That's light. Getting it back over to Gorman, top of the key, splitting the defense, and he chucks one up. It's a wild layup attempt, no good. Now Jameer McNeil quickly up the floor.
Again, the help defense by Middle there.
McNeil, good move to the hoop. 15-10 Middle Township.
It was Devin Bach on the help defense that time against Gorman.
Crowd starting to get into it now here at Middle Township, their cheerleading section. Ryan James back over to Gorman. Feeds that one underneath to Harris. Here's Light now guarded by Bach. Dish it over to Gorman. He's in the corner guarded by Bach, trying to drive baseline. Little contact, dish one's underneath, and that's Harris, the left-handed floater, no good, but a nice rebound there. And then the shot from Hagan is going to rattle in, and Gloucester cuts the lead back down to 3.
First time Gloucester's really hurt Middle on the offensive glass there. Middle's had quite a few offensive rebounds in this first half so far.
Good dish underneath. There's Bubba McNeil from just inside the free throw line. He converts again.
Now that's where you got to attack that 2-3 zone. He's in that foul line area. Bubba McNeil, a great cut. And his brother found him in the wide open left elbow jumper.
Had a lot of space too. Gorman swinging it back over to Aiden Hagan. Thinking about a long 3. He's going to take it. It's no good. And a nice rebound by Harris. And we're going to get a whistle on the floor here. Foul coming for Middle.
We're going to have a timeout here by Gloucester, I believe, a 30-second timeout. That foul goes against Devin Bach.
That's his first team foul for Middle. And yes, you're all right, Brian. We're going to get a 30-second timeout from Gloucester. So a good game right now here in the second quarter between Middle and Gloucester. But the Panthers have a 5-point lead. As you mentioned, Middle's been dominating on the offensive glass, but yet with that type of stat line, you would think they'd be up by more. But again, Gloucester has been able to find their looks underneath, and it's mainly due to Gorman right now.
I'm just very surprised at some of the lengthy threes that Gloucester is taking, very early in possessions. I mean, you can get those shots anytime you want. It would behoove them to probably try to get some more things going to the basket.
That's, I believe, 3 30-plus footers taken by Gloucester already in this first half, and none of them have fallen yet. They have some shooters, but none of those have hit. Harris triple-teamed here, found some space in the paint, kicking it back out. That's James. They'll swing it around now. Light. Back to Liam Gorman now. He was thinking about another long one, but now he's going to reset. Ryan James, double-teamed here.
Yeah, Middle ran and jumped that. That's a great pass.
Light put one up, and it was blocked away by Real Basquine in the air. Here comes Chase Moore. Moore stumbles. He'll hand it off to Bubba McNeil. Now they're going to reset. A little over 4.5 to go here in the first half.
They've changed to a 1-3-1 again.
Jameer McNeil has 2 guys near him. He'll swing it back over to Trombetta. Underneath Basquine. McNeil open for 3. Yes!
That's terrific offense. They threw it faked the pass into the corner, went into the high post to Basquine, who kicked it opposite side to Jameer McNeil, who was wide open. That is beautiful offensive basketball there by Middle Township.
Light losing the handle here. We have a steal for Basquine, but we are going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow is in favor of Gloucester, so they'll keep it here. But again, just great effort defense by Middle. And just going back to that last play, Brian, tremendous ball moving there for Middle to get McNeil open for that 3 ball, and it gives Middle their largest lead of the night.
There you have Panthers by 8.
Liam Gorman on the far side of the court right now. He's guarded by Jameer McNeil. Long three for Aiden Hagan off the back iron. And again, these long threes just killing him right now. Basquine quickly hop step, right-handed move. Oh, look at that. Real Basquine puts Middle up by 10.
The long jump stop freed him right at that right block. This is Brian Rosario for Middle guarding the ball. Number 11 who just checked in. Middle another run and jump here.
Light, good feet underneath for Harris, and he'll lay it in for safety, so Gloucester gets a much-needed bucket back there. Bubba McNeil up the floor quickly for Jameer.
Yeah, Middle, that 10-point lead was Middle's largest of the first half until that bucket by Harris cuts it to 8.
McNeil swinging it back over to Rosario. These are his first minutes of the game. Fake three there for McNeil. Thought about it. He'll dish it underneath for Chase Moore. Back to McNeil. McNeil over to Rosario. Going to get a whistle on the floor here. I'm going to get a travel for Chase Moore, so a turnover for the Panthers. 2:54 to play first half. Panthers still up by 8, though.
Middle has not turned the ball over much so far.
They've certainly been aided by these long three attempts by Gloucester, which have cost them points on the offensive end. Liam Gorman will drive, turn, shoot, and could not get the friendly rattle. Jameer McNeil got pickpocketed, and Liam Gorman is going to make up for it and cut the lead back down to 6. That's a nice hustle play by Gorman, the senior.
I don't think Jameer McNeil saw him. He turned to go up the floor, and Gorman was right there. Just stuck his hand in, took it right out of his pocket.
Brian Rosario, top of the key, going to his right now. Jameer McNeil underneath, good feed. Moore, one dribble, and he converts with the right-handed layup off the glass.
Good move by Chase Moore. He's a left-hander, and he used the right hand to finish there on the right side of the bucket.
I'm right-handed, I probably couldn't even do that anyway. Liam Gorman going strong to the hoop, and he gets it to go again. Liam Gorman, definitely Gloucester's game MVP through this first half.
Gorman has 10.
McNeil, good move. Baseline, ball rattles back, finds his way to Bubba, though. He's in the corner. Now he's going to back off. 1:43 to play first half.
2-3 zone now by Gloucester. They've been switching their zone looks back and forth from, actually, no, this is a 1-3-1. The way they're playing it, it almost disguises as a 1-3-1.
Good fake by McNeil. Gets it over to Bubba for 3. Clanks off, and a rebound for Ryan James. He gets pickpocketed, but we're going to get a whistle, so hold the phone.
It's actually a good foul by Bubba McNeil there. Stop the fast break. This is Aiden Howell, number 4, coming in for Middle Township, replacing Bubba McNeil.
That's Bubba McNeil's first foul, second team foul for Middle. Only 4 total from both sides here. Liam Gorman, left wing. He's guarded by Howell. Pulls up. Rims out. Jameer McNeil now. A little over a minute to go. That feed is picked off by Gorman. Quickly back up the floor. Aiden Hagan is wide open. He'll lay it up for safety. And Gloucester cuts the lead back down the floor. They trail by as much as 10. Lions back into it, though.
I think Basquine wasn't looking for that pass.
Got a good one here in Middle Township. Let's see if the Panthers can hold on for the final possession once again.
1-3-1 again by Gloucester. 40 seconds to go in the half. It's Middle by 4. Possession arrow is in their favor as well.
McNeil is dribbling the ball here to run some clock down. He was playing with his left foot. I want to say either his shoe might be a little bit loose or he might have stubbed his toe just a little bit on one of those transitions, but he seems to be all right. Again, they're still waiting here. 20 seconds. Gloucester content with letting this clock wind down. See what Jameer McNeil does here, and we're going to get a timeout from the Middle Township bench. 11 seconds to go in the first half. So they're going to talk it over and try to get a set play here, Brian, with a 4-point lead, trying to make it a 6, if not a 7-point lead going into the halftime locker room.
Lamar Greer's been noted for this at the end of halves when they've had the basketball, that he'll call a timeout, end of halves or end of quarters. He'll call a timeout to try to set something up to get a good look. And they got a good look at the end, couple good looks at the end of the first quarter. Didn't convert, but we'll see what they draw up here with this 4-point lead. As you mentioned, Middle had a lead by as much as 10 earlier in the period. One thing we do have to say, Nick, is that congratulations to ACIT. Their boys basketball team picked up the first playoff victory in program history. As an 11 seed, they go on the road and beat Cherokee 52-48. So
big tip of the cat to ACIT there.
They could be in line to play at EHT on Thursday if EHT wins its opener against Millville. That game is currently in progress.
Last we checked, EHT was up by double digits in their first round game in the first quarter.
Oh, a near steal there.
So McNeil's got 8 seconds here. Going to his left, Bubba McNeil swings it. Trombetta,
that was a
floater.
Great
yes,
pass. Great
Anthony Trombetta's going to beat the buzzer. It's 26-20 going into the halftime locker room. A great setup there from Middle Township. We got a good one though right now, but the Panthers were largely in control of that one again. Brian, led by as much as 10, but that's I'm not going to say a back-breaking bucket, but a much-needed bucket for the Panthers right there to go up by a full 2 possessions coming out for the third quarter coming up.
Yeah, well, when you get that momentum going in at halftime, and the great thing about it was that Bubba McNeil didn't settle for that three. He made the extra pass to Anthony Trombetta, and his 10-foot floater along the baseline with 2 seconds to go accounts for the final points of the half. For Middle Township, Jameer McNeil has 8. Bubba McNeil and Chase Moore each with 6. Anthony Trombetta with 4, Real Basquine with 2. For Gloucester, Liam Gorman has 10, 4 for Caden Harris, 4 for Aiden Hagan, and 2 for Michael Light here at the half. 26-20, Middle on top of Gloucester here at the half in the 7-10 game in the South Jersey Group 2 tournament. The winner plays Lindenwold, the 15 seed, who moves on after the forfeit win by Camden in the opening round. So the winner of this game not only knows their opponent, but they also know they'll play at home. So the winner of this game will play at home against 15th seeded Lindenwold.
Middle trying to extend their season to Thursday in the second round of South Jersey Group 2, and right now they have a 6-point lead over Gloucester at halftime. We'll step aside and take a break. Third quarter coming up. Middle Township leads Gloucester 26-20, halftime of the first round of South Jersey Group 2 here on Cape Atlantic League Live. League and Omer's Appliance Service. 26-20, Middle Township on top of Gloucester right now in our first round game of South Jersey Group 2. Winner advances to take on Lindenwold, the 15 seed, which advanced via forfeit and withdrawal from the number 2 seed Camden. So the winner tonight gets a home game Thursday. Middle right now is 16 minutes away from coming back here Thursday, Brian, and so far they've had more, I would say, that they've had offense that's been able to float tonight. Meanwhile, Gloucester going through Liam Gorman, as you mentioned before, had 10 points. So he's had half of Gloucester scoring so far.
Yeah, which isn't a surprise. I mean, he's a high-volume scorer. He averages 23.5. But I think Middle would be happy defensively with the kind of shots that Gloucester was taking in that first half. Middle certainly would like to convert some more of their shots from 3 against this zone. We got a bunch of scores that come in. Interestingly, in boys basketball, none of the Group 2 scores have been reported yet, but we've got a bunch from Group 4. We told you about ACIT, 52-48 over Cherokee. EHT beat Millville 69-48. Lenape 66, GCIT 31. Central Regional beat Rancocas Valley 49-34. Cherry Hill East was a 73-51 winner over Southern, and Toms River North beat Shawnee 61-46. Those are all Group 4 opening round scores. I'm sure we'll be able to get some in Group 2, which certainly is of more interest to people involved in this game as we move along here.
Absolutely. The beauty of it is they know who they're going to play next on Thursday, the winner of tonight's game, so we at least have that covered. As Middle Township opens the half with possession. This is Bubba McNeil along the right wing right now. Ball batted, and we're going to get a whistle down low. And
foul goes against the reaching Michael Light.
That's his first team foul of the half. Only 4 total team fouls combined in that first half. Trombetta inbound. Over to Jameer McNeil. Bouncing it over to Bubba. He's doubled right now. Same type of defense so far. Trombetta fakes the 3. Back over to Jameer McNeil. Underneath for Moore. Bubba McNeil open in the corner for 3. Drills it!
Again, good offense. You get the ball into the high post. And Chase Moore, a great look to Bubba McNeil wide open in the corner.
Here's Liam Gorman at 10 points in that first half. 50% of the team's scoring so far tonight. He's doubled. He has some trouble here, has to get rid of it, gets it over to James, back underneath for Harris. He puts one up and he's hitting the back. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. So Gorman somehow was able to escape pressure and managed to find his teammate down low.
Well, they kind of ran a ghost screen out on that right wing, and Middle jumped the ball there, and Gorman did a great job of being strong with it. And Gloucester ends up getting it down to Harris, who goes to the line. He makes his first. This is Gloucester's first trip to the line in the game.
Real Basquin was the guilty party on that last foul. As Harris looks to go 2 of 2 from the line, he does.
He's got 6 points.
7-point lead for the Panthers. Bubba McNeil back over to Jameer, and they'll swing it around for Trombetta. So Gloucester pressing here with this zone defense, trying to get 2 guys to a shooter. Jameer McNeil will pull up and take a 3. A little long, a nice rebound ripped down by Basquin, and he'll clean up.
Basquin's size and athleticism allowed him to go up and get that rebound without making contact for what could have been an over-the-back call.
Gorman underneath for Light. Lob pass as Gorman has to snag it out of the air, and he'll come out now. And we're going to get a whistle. That's going to be a foul on Middle coming.
Second on Basquin of the quarter here.
Well, he might have to be a little careful now. Again, Middle did not only committed the 2 fouls in that first half. Already have 2 here from Basquin in the first 90 seconds.
That is just his second, though, so he remains in for now.
Hagan, turnaround shot is good. That was impressive. They'll cut the lead back down to 7. Trombetta guarded by Hagan. Jameer McNeil now. Bubba trying to get some help. Trombetta thought about it, trying to swing it around, but he'll get it back over to Bubba on the top of the key. Awkward dribble, but gets over to Jameer McNeil in the corner for three. No good. Moore, a nice rebound, dishing it back over to McNeil. Draws the foul on the way up.
If you're Middle Township, Jameer knows it. You got to finish that and go to the line for a three-point play here. He really had a lane to the basket and really should have converted there. Jameer knows it. You saw the look on his face as he came down. But, again, where Middle Township is having success against this zone, Nick, is when they're getting either dribble penetration or they're able to throw the ball into the high post.
McNeil clanked the first one off the back iron. Foul was given to Ryan James of Gloucester. That's his team second as well. McNeil goes 1 of 2 from the charity stripe.
He has 9 points, and it's Middle by 8.
Largest lead of the night for the Panthers was 10. Liam Gorman guarded tightly by McNeil. Here's Light now guarded by Moore. Hagan now. Gorman again. Pulls up, long three, no good. Rebound, Basquine. They are now 0 of 5 from that distance as Bubba McNeil drives to the hoop and he lays in with a little nice finger roll with the left hand. It's a 10-point lead and a timeout here for Gloucester, now down by 10.
Great move by Bubba McNeil. He uses that hesitation dribble very, very well. And he got all the way to the rim and laid it in. And Bubba McNeil now the first Middle Township player in double figures with 11. And Middle Township, a little 8-4 spurt to start the second half, forcing Gloucester to call a full timeout.
It's interesting, Brian, because again, I mentioned how they're, at least right now, 0 of 5 from these long-distance threes. Is that just a credit to cold shooting, good defense by Middle, or maybe a little combination of both?
Well, the thing is, coaches will tell you, when you go on the road a lot of times, it's very difficult to knock down outside shots. When you go in the gyms that you're not familiar with, and, it seems simple, but sometimes that's the way it is. I mean, Gloucester's taken so many long-distance outside shots. I got to think that it's something they've been doing all year. And if you're Middle Township, you got to expect at some point a couple of those are going to go down. But right now they're controlling the game, leading by 10 with 5:21 to go in the third.
Tell you what, 2 of those could make a big difference right now. It's a 10-point lead, but as I just mentioned, if you have 2 or 3 of those, this is a much tighter game at the moment, but can't rule anything out. As Liam Gorman gets over to Michael Light,
travel.
He's going to travel. Thought he was going to draw a little contact there, splitting 2 defenders, but too many steps and a turnover back the other way.
Well, Chase Moore forced that, and I'll tell you, Chase Moore is having a terrific game right now for a freshman. He's got 6 points. He's got a couple of assists out of the high post, and he's got a handful of offensive rebounds.
Jameer McNeil into the corner. That's for Trombetta. Back out to Bubba, swinging around. Moore now underneath. Basquine, 1 dribble, puts one up, a wild shot. It bounces. Thought it was going to go in for a second. Here comes Gorman back the other way.
Basquine's got to be stronger with the ball there.
That one kind of looked like a pop fly on the baseball field. Gorman to his right. He'll take it himself. Puts one up, and he got the friendly roll. Back to an 8-point lead.
Bubba McNeil's help was a little late there.
Great pass. Good dish. Two-handed slam for Real Basquine, and the Middle Township Panthers are back up by 10. That's the answer you need. Gorman. Backing off again, guarded by Jameer McNeil.
Basquine runs the floor very well for a big man. It paid off for him there.
Gorman tried to do it himself, and he could not convert. Ball knocked loose, but it will be Middle ball as Chase Moore will go back to corral it. Almost halfway through this third quarter, Panthers hanging on to this 10-point lead, which matches their largest of the night.
And now Gloucester's going to come out with a 2-2-1 3-quarter court zone, and now they back off.
McNeil to his right, over for Bubba, fakes one way. Middle trying to set their offense. They found open looks, and here's one here. Drills it! Bubba McNeil for 3.
Bubba McNeil's made 2 threes in this period. He's got 14 for the game. He's got 8 in the quarter.
Panthers have opened it up. They led by 6 at halftime. They're up by 13. Liam Gorman. That's Ryan James back underneath for Light near the paint. Back over to James. Now Gorman. Lost the handle. They'll have to pick it up. No backcourt violation, though. It was tipped by Middle. But Gorman struggling to get the ball out, and it'll be ruled for a foul here. They're going to nail Trombetta with that one.
I think Gorman was fortunate. I thought he may have traveled before that contact.
Looked like a couple steps there. I mean, he was in an awkward position offensively. Good defense by Middle, but again, foul for Trombetta. Oh, a pickpocket here for Jameer McNeil coming the other way. Oh my goodness! One hand, doesn't matter. Jameer McNeil bringing down the house, a 15-point lead.
Oh, that's as good of a dunk you're going to see at the high school level, right up over the defender.
Gorman trying to answer, blocked away by Moore, but we're going to get a whistle.
I think it's on Basquine. No, they're going to say it's on Moore on the body. Gorman definitely was bumped while he was in the air. Gloucester's going to take another timeout as Middle has its largest lead at 15. This is a 30-second timeout.
So Middle Township going to talk things over on the defensive end of things now as Liam Gorman's going to get 2 free throws at the line coming up after the timeout. But back to that dunk, I mean, that was just tremendous from Jameer McNeil to bat the ball, get the steal, able to corral it. Couple steps, Brian, and he went airborne for that one.
Well, you have Jameer McNeil and a couple possessions before that. You had Real Basquine on a dunk. And listen, we all know they're only worth 2 points, but dunks at the high school level especially, especially when you're at home, it's just something it does with the momentum. It gets the crowd involved. It energizes your own team. And, Gloucester's in some trouble here. And, they need a little spurt here to end this third quarter. This thing might get away from them. As Gorman goes to the line, this is his first trip there. He's got 12 points in the game. His free throw is short.
Middle has outscored Gloucester in this third quarter, 15-6. Gorman right now wasting no time, going for his second. And in and out, 0 of 2 from the trip. And now Jameer McNeil going to try to work fast here. Bubba McNeil in the corner. Lost the handle, but we're going to get a whistle as he hits the deck.
Yeah, he was fouled before he lost the handle, no question.
They're going to hit Aiden Hagan with the foul, his first. That's the third team foul for Gloucester in this half. Trombetta inbound the ball. Hit it off the back iron.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Chase Moore was wide open, and he hit the side of the backboard on the lob inbound pass. Chase Moore looked like he may have had a wide open layup there if that pass was able to find its way into his hands.
Ryan James, left wing. Long range three for Hagan. Doesn't go. Basquine the rebound. Bubba McNeil, fast, left-handed, soft touch. 17-point lead.
Oh, and again, I just 10 seconds into a possession, Nick. I just don't understand a 30-foot three. I don't care how good of a shooter you are.
0 of 6, another 3 ball here, and finally, Caden Harris drills one for Gloucester. Much needed answer, but still a 14-point margin here.
And Middle's done well playing a little fast here over these last few minutes, but now, you're up 14. You don't want to play too fast. And they are settling things down here.
Bubba McNeil, top of the key, got a good screen there from Basquine at the moment. Moore was open down
Great
underneath
entry
for
pass.
Basquine, turns around, puts one up, no good. Second chance maybe, out of bounds. It's going to be Gloucester ball. Looks like Chase Moore had a touch on it before it hit the baseline.
And obviously they didn't know they were doing this, but Basquine and Moore were fighting with each other for that offensive rebound, and neither corralled it, and it went out of bounds.
Can't blame their effort on that one. Liam Gorman up the floor. Underneath for Harris, who just hit that 3 ball. Now Gorman again. Good move into the paint. Harris open for a 2 outside. Jay is good. So Caden Harris, 5 points in a row for him. Cuts the lead to 12. These are the possessions that Gloucester needs to get back in this ball game late in the third quarter.
Caden Harris with 11. Oh, bad pass.
Oh, he's got the steal now. Caden Harris going to try to beat Moore to the hoop. Oh, blocked away, but a nice cleanup here. No good, and a third chance there for Michael Light after the miss from Jaden Garris, who newly checked into the game for Gloucester. Haven't called his name all night.
So Middle was up 16, and now it's down to a 10-point game. At Gloucester now is in man-to-man.
Changing up philosophies here late in the quarter. Jameer McNeil under 50 to play in the third frame. Trombetta top of the key, going to his right. Move into the hoop, kicks it back out. Moore will recover. McNeil open for 3. Short. Devin Bach, nice rebound out to Trombetta. Another 3 ball, no good, and a rebound for Michael Light. 30 seconds now. Let's see if Gloucester can make it a single-digit game going into the fourth. Caden Harris, he's been hot down the stretch of this third quarter. This is Garris. Hagan trying to take it himself. Wild layup is no good. Harris to clean up. That one's no good. And Moore corrals the miss. Jameer McNeil pickpocketed by Jaden Garris. Wasn't looking. 5 seconds. Liam Gorman the other way. Taking it himself. Good move. Puts it up. No good. Blocked the rebound. And the third quarter comes to a close after a wild finish. And hang on. We have an injury down there. Maybe. Nope. Jameer McNeil is okay. He pops back up. A lot of contact there, Brian, at the end of the quarter. I think Gloucester wanted a foul or at least some kind of call.
Well, we'll go back to the turnover, and you can make yourself such a better basketball team by communicating, and nobody communicated to Jameer McNeil that the Gloucester player was coming in from behind, and we could all see it. And Middle was fortunate not to give up a basket there at the buzzer. They were up as many as 16. They'll take this 10-point lead into the fourth.
Still by double digits, though, so they are in good position, and they are 8 minutes away, Middle is, from the second round of the playoffs. But Gloucester not going away quietly, as it seems like Caden Harris is going to be that second scorer now for Gloucester based on the way he played down the stretch in the final minutes of the third quarter.
Yeah, he had 7 in the period. He's got 11 for the game. So, he's on a nice little run there offensively toward the end of that third quarter. Bubba McNeil had 10 in the period for Middle. He's got 16 for the game.
Middle Township outscored Gloucester 17-13.
In that third quarter, yes. So Middle takes the 10-point lead into the fourth.
I had to do quick math right there. I was not a math major in college.
I had actually already tallied it up, Nick. I was waiting to see if you had gotten it correct. Your math was on point.
Nice to know my brain still works without using pen and paper. Liam Gorman now guarded by Basquine. Is Aiden Hagan. They'll swing it around again for Gorman. He's guarded by the much bigger Basquine.
Middle goes to zone.
Long three, Aiden Hagan short again. Those long distance threes, and by my count, Brian, that is 1 for 7. Devin Bach swinging around for Trombetta. Bubba McNeil to his left. Had that ball picked away. Trying to corral it again. He does.
He's got to give it up.
Bubba McNeil, I don't know how he got that dish there to Basquine. That ball is loose. McNeil trying to pick it up. He does. And somehow the Panthers are going to reset. Gloucester had about 3 opportunities there for a steal. Basquine near the paint. Back over to Bach. Now Jameer McNeil again underneath.
Great
Good
set.
feed. And Basquine cannot convert. Light pulls down the board. Long possession. Comes up empty. Now Light for 3. He drills it. Might have a little something here, Brian, as the 3-pointers have fallen in the second half. Not many, though, but it's back to a 7-point lead.
It's a 9-0 run here by Gloucester.
Jameer McNeil, Bubba, 3. Got it! He answers!
His third 3 of the second half. He's got 19.
He's been large from downtown, Bubba McNeil.
And that stops the 9-0 run by Gloucester, restores a double-digit lead for Middle.
Just when Gloucester thought they were getting right back into it, Gorman almost pickpocketed, but we are going to get a foul on Trombetta. That's going to be his second. .6:14 to play, fourth quarter. 10-point lead for Middle. And Jaden Garris will take a seat for Gloucester. Ryan James is back in, and he'll have the ball here.
I'm actually surprised that Middle went to this 1-3-1.
Gorman on the baseline, turns, kicks it back out. Ball batted, and Basquine with a steal. Basquine coming on strong. Oh. Two-handed jam. Goodness gracious, get out of the way. Liam Gorman, can he answer? Long 3. Oh! That's what they needed. Back to a 9-point margin. They have some wild basketball going on in this fourth quarter.
But Gloucester, you figured at some point they're going to start knocking down outside shots. They've hit a couple here in this quarter.
That's 3.5 from downtown. Bubba McNeil. Trombetta on the far side of the court, guarded by James. He'll come a little closer. McNeil thought about it. Trying to split a double team. Boxer to take a three. Clanks off the back iron.
That's not a good shot.
That's not really his game either, though, Brian.
Again, that's a shot that Devin Bach can get any time. You know, sometimes a kid will go to the bench and say, but Coach, I was wide open. Well, there's a reason you were wide open.
That ball kicked out of bounds there.
And that's exactly your point. That's not Devin Bach's game. His game is in the paint, putbacks.
Liam Gorman tried to nail another one, but it clanks off the back iron as back screen pulls down the miss. And Jameer McNeil up the floor. He'll walk across the timeline under 5 minutes to play. Middle Township with a 9-point lead. McNeil top of the key. Now he's going to back off again. First round game here in South Jersey Group 2 NJSIAA playoffs. Bach driving into the paint.
That's a great move.
That's a nice move to the dish.
Bach saw there was no help side, and he got by his man and went right to the rim.
Gorman on the right wing. Guarded by Trombetta, trying to shake him. Michael Light now. Gorman again, another long three, well short. They're just not falling tonight, Brian. They've hit more in this second half. They've hit 3 from way downtown, but Liam Gorman, a usually reliable three-point shooter and good scorer on this Gloucester team, just cannot shake this cold streak. Harris off the inbound.
Good little inbound play there. Harris found a soft spot, showed his hands, and knocked it down. Inside single digits again.
Those are the types of baskets that they need right now, Gloucester. Jameer McNeil, strong to the basket. He converts. Middle back up by 11.
Again, no help side. Jameer McNeil saw that, and his first step is quick with that dribble.
Aiden Hagan. Gorman again. He was thinking about it. Underneath that ball, batted, but it's Light recovering it. Hagan's going to back off. 3.5 to play. Gloucester in a bit of a hole. Underneath for Light in the paint. Back out Gorman. 3 ball. Yes. So Liam Gorman, he's not going to stop firing, Brian. It makes it back to an 8-point margin.
3:20 to go. It's Gorman's second 3 of the period. He's got 18 in the game.
Jameer McNeil thought about driving, gets it over to Bubba, swing it over to Trombetta. Now Chase Moore. McNeil guarded tightly here. Baskin trying to help. Moore going baseline, kicks it back out. McNeil's open. Too far. Michael Light the rebound. Under 3 to play. Quickly up the floor. Hagan in the corner. They dribble it back out.
Middle goes back to man here.
Hagan looking for some space. Going to his right. The right-handed floater well off the mark. Hit the side of the backboard. That ball was poked away. Harris a steal. Garris now. Baseline. High dribble. Puts one up. Clanks off. Kick back out. And another offensive board. This time Liam Gorman.
2:25 to go.
Long range. In and out. Harris tries to clean it up, and he's going to draw a foul. And they're going to nail Jameer McNeil, his first of the ball game. 16 foul for Middle, so bonus time is approaching. Caden Harris is going to go to the line to shoot 2. He can bring this back down to a 6-point game. It was a 16-point lead at one point as Middle Township calls a timeout, and we're going to get a full one from Lamar Greer and company. Brian, we mentioned it a couple times during this broadcast here. Middle led this game by as much as 16, and now Gloucester can cut it back to 6.
Well, you know, that right there was a critical possession because, you know, leading by 8, Middle just gave up a couple of offensive rebounds and also had a turnover there after getting an offensive rebound, all on that sequence. And, you know, if you're able to secure a defensive rebound, you're walking up the floor with less than 2.5 minutes to go, leading by 8, and now instead, Gloucester's at the line to try to cut it to 6 and make it a 2-possession game. And this is certainly not over the way Gloucester can knock down outside shots. They have 4 threes in the game, all in the second half, 3 in the fourth quarter. You knew at some point they were going to start knocking down outside shots.
So out of the timeout here, Middle still hanging on to their 8-point lead, but Caden Harris is going to go to the line and shoot 2. See if he can make this back to a 2-possession game. One thing I got to credit the Lions tonight, Brian, is that they are not going away.
No. Caden Harris, 2 shots. He's 2 for 2 from the line.
3 of 3. Harris drills both. 6-point lead for Middle. Jameer McNeil. This is a critical possession now for the Panthers.
If you're Middle Township right now in this possession, Nick, you want nothing but a layup. You really don't. I know they've had some open looks from 3, but you want nothing but a layup here.
More aggressive looks from this Gloucester defense as well. They're pressing a little bit.
Yeah, if you spread the floor here, wild pass.
And we're going to get a steal there. Oh, is that possession? And we got a timeout. Let's see what the call is. Yes, that's going to be Gloucester possession and a timeout called by the Lions. Smartly done by Liam James off the mishandling of the ball there from Middle.
Jameer McNeil basically posted up at the top of the key and asked for the basketball. But then when the ball was thrown, he didn't step to it. And it was able to be flicked away, and Aiden Hagan just beat everyone to the ball and dove and picked it up for Gloucester. And, this is starting to get dicey here for Middle Township, leading 52-46. The amount of pressure that Gloucester is putting on the ball, at some point for Middle, if you're just strong with the basketball, you're going to get and lane to the basket and get yourself a layup attempt. But, right there, just the early turnover in the possession, and Gloucester's going to come down here certainly well within reach here, trailing by 6.
And more importantly, to your point, Brian, if you're Middle, if you're strong with the basketball, you're also bleeding clock as well.
Yeah, and 1:54 to go.
Lot of time for Gloucester to answer here with only down by 6.
Middle and man-to-man defense here out of the timeout.
Liam Gorman guarded by Jameer McNeil. Gorman, good spin move, driving into the paint, will take it himself. That ball was tipped away by Chase Moore. Harris pulls it down, open look, Michael Light for 3. No good, and Basquine pulls down a big board for the Panthers. Bubba McNeil lost the handle, and he was hit, and then he is fouled there. A little too much contact.
Gloucester down 6 is going to have to start fouling. They're going to need to get to that bonus. Which they still have 2 more fouls to give before they get to the bonus. So Middle's got to be ball strong here. Possession arrows in favor of Middle if we get a held ball.
Michael Light was guilty of that last foul, his second, only the 4th team foul for Gloucester. McNeil has got to cross the timeline here, and she does. Trying to avoid any backcourt violation. Here is Bubba McNeil, double teamed here. Trying to get it out, Trombetta. Gloucester pressing, and we're going to get a foul. Jaden Garris thought he got all ball there, but maybe a little too much skin right there on that right hand, arm.
You're never not going to get that foul called. When you swing violently from the top down, that's going to be a foul 10 times out of 10.
I'll give Garris credit. I heard a lot of ball from his fist. Bubba McNeil doubled here. And there's a foul.
That was a timeout.
Timeout, beg your pardon.
Timeout was called by Lamar Greer, and a very, very smart timeout because that was going to be a turnover there. So Middle still with a 6-point lead. And again, Gloucester still has to foul. They still have 1 more foul to give before they put Middle to the line. And this thing may come down to free throws here.
And that definitely seems like where we are going at this point, with it only being a 6-point lead. Again, for those of you just joining us, appreciate your viewership tonight on Cape Atlantic League Live. Nick Costco alongside Brian Kniff, Matt Ulmer upstairs, of course, producing and filming at tonight's broadcast, which is brought to you by the Cape Atlantic League and Ulmer's Appliance Service. 16-point lead is now gone for Middle Township. That was their biggest lead of the evening, as they're trying to advance to the second round here in South Jersey Group 2 and get themselves another home game on Thursday against the 15th-seeded Lindenwold, who advanced by virtue of forfeit and withdrawal from Camden, which them and their rival Camden East Side, as we mentioned before, got into a bit of a melee last week, which resulted in their departure from the state playoffs before they could even begin for them.
1:11 to go. Middle having trouble getting it in. They finally get it all the way into the backcourt. And Jameer McNeil stripped.
Oh, and Light almost stole it away. McNeil will get it up for Trombetta. He'll get it a cross-court pass over to Chase Moore. Tried to avoid the foul, but Gorman able to grab onto him.
That was smart by Gloucester. They allowed a couple of passes to see if they could get a steal, and then they foul. So now any foul by Gloucester will send Middle to the line.
That was Gorman's first. McNeil in the backcourt, trying to keep him there. He'll dish it up forward.
Threw it away.
Oh, we're going to get a steal for Gloucester. Aiden Hagan, 47 seconds. Lions down by 6.
Not good spacing by Middle in that press attack.
That ball poked away. Chase Moore recovers it.
That was really a smart play by Moore. Really a smart play. He may have had a layup attempt, and he did the right thing by pulling it out. Someone from Gloucester may have been able to track him down, and that was really smart to pull it out. But he's going to have to really make good on the effort by making at least the front end of this 1-and-1.
Caden Harris, the guilty party for Gloucester on that foul, his second. That's the team's 7th. So as we mentioned before, Middle now in the bonus. It's Chase Moore shooting the 1-and-1. Missed it. Gorman a rebound. 32 to play. Gorman with Gloucester down by 6. Had that ball poked away out of bounds, and Lions keep possession with 28 seconds, but a good defensive play there by Bubba McNeil.
Gloucester, I think, they're looking too much for a 3. They have time to go to the basket here.
Gorman going to try to do that. Lost the handle, and Basquine comes up with it. Moore will get it away, no foul. Here comes Trombetta. They'll bleed more clock, and finally will get one as he hits the deck on the far side of the court.
Anthony Trombetta will go to the line for a 1-and-1, and he is one of Middle's better free throw shooters.
Caden Harris' 3rd foul of the game, 8th team foul, so still a 1-and-1 situation for Trombetta.
Yeah, this is
19 seconds.
This is critical. If he makes this one, it makes it a 3-possession game.
Clanks it. Loose, and it's recovered by Middle.
A
rebound for Basquine, and Bubba will draw a foul. Don't count that shot, though, as Michael Light will get called for this one.
Middle missing the front end of 2 1-and-1s in this period, but Bubba McNeil, after that offensive rebound, will go to the line, and again, he could pretty much seal this if he makes this free throw.
McNeil clanks that one, too, and a rebound for Harris. 12 seconds. They need 6 points. Harris will pull up for a J. No good. McNeil rips it down, and we're going to get a foul with 5 seconds to go from Liam Gorman. So we're going to walk the floor again, but with 5 seconds, Brian, that might do it here, especially if McNeil nails the first free throw.
Well, yeah, 6-point lead with 5 seconds, but yeah, that one there, Harris, down 6 with whatever it was, 12 or 15 seconds. He really needed to pull up for 3 there. And instead he went in and shot an elbow jumper that missed anyway.
McNeil got it. He is shooting 2, by the way. That was the 10th foul for Gloucester.
Jameer McNeil now with 13.
Second one, no good. Rebound Harris, and he'll just take it up the floor. Long range three for Hagan. That would have counted, but it's no good, and that'll do it. Middle Township is going to advance to the quarterfinals of South Jersey Group 2 with a 53-46 win over Gloucester here in the first round of the state playoffs. A solid win for Middle Township, Brian. They basically were in control the entire night. Gloucester made it difficult for them, but Middle Township, as we mentioned before, with this bracket, is set up pretty nicely to maybe make a deep run here in the playoffs.
Yeah, so they'll host Lindenwold on Thursday, which is only the 15th seed, as we've mentioned. They got the forfeit win over Camden, so Middle Township wins at 53-46. They were up by as many as 16 in the second half. They kind of hung on there, made just enough plays in that fourth quarter to hold off Gloucester's run. Here's your final point totals for Gloucester. They finish 18-10. Liam Gorman with 18, Caden Harris with 15, 7 for Michael Light, 6 for Aiden Hagan. And Hagan, who made 61 threes coming into the game, was held without a three-point basket. For Middle Township, Bubba McNeil with 19. He had 13 of them in the second half. Jameer McNeil with 13. Real Basquine had 8. Chase Moore with 6. 4 for Anthony Trombetta, and 2 points for Devin Bach. And Middle improves to 17 and 11.
A good one here tonight as Middle Township advances to the second round. They'll take on the 15 seed Lindenwold on Thursday right here at Middle Township High School. For Matt Ulmer and Brian Kniff, I am Nick Costco saying so long. Once again, Middle Township advances in the South Jersey Group 2 playoffs with a 53-46 win over Gloucester. You've been watching high school basketball right here on Cape Atlantic League Live. Have a good night, everybody.